Most people who want a second passport always go for the same places. St. Kitts, Dominica, Grenada, Antigua. You know, the classic are Caribbean CBI passports. And for years, it made sense. You pay, you apply, and a few months later, you had a new passport. But 2025 is not 2015, and honestly, these passports are not the smart move they used to be. Why? Because the world changed and governments change with it. The European Union is putting massive pressure on Caribbean programs. Some countries already had Schengen access suspended, others are under review, and banks are becoming extremely cautious when they see these passports. And here the part nobody tell you. In many airports today, these documents are treated as commercial passports, meaning more questions, more suspicion, more friction. If you are investing serious money, you want a passport that opens doors, not a passport that creates problems. So, if the Caribbean isn't the easy solution anymore, where should you look? Here's what most people are missing. The real opportunity is moving toward Latin America, and especially in this video I will talk about Colombia. But could be Colombia, Uruguay, Argentina, Chile. There are plenty of options. Colombia gives you something the Caribbean simply cannot give you. Real substance. You are not buying a passport from a country you will never visit. You are building a second life. A residency, ID, local company, bank account, and eventually a real citizenship backed by law. Let's walk through how it works. Colombia allows residency through investment. The process is simple. You create a Colombian company, you register capital as a foreign investment, and with that structure, you apply for an investor visa. Most of the work can be done remotely. Once the visa is approved, you already have legal status as an investor. Then you travel to Colombia, complete biometrics, photos, fingerprints, and digital signature. You get the temporary documents, and shortly after, your cédula or your resident ID. With residency and later citizenship, you get a passport with strong global access. Europe, the UK, and almost all of South America. But Colombia gives you something even more valuable. And why this matters. As a Colombian citizen, you can live and work freely across the Mercosur region. Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile, etc. And this is huge. Once you become Colombian, you can apply for Spanish citizenship in just 2 years, thanks to the historical Iberian framework. So basically, Colombia, then Spain, full European Union mobility. That is the strategy, not a shortcut, a long-term strategy. Let's talk lifestyle. Let's talk regarding lifestyle in Colombia. Cities like Medellin have become magnets for digital nomads, entrepreneurs, or remote workers. Perfect weather all year, great internet, excellent restaurants, nightlife, co-working space, and a huge international community. If you love specialty coffee like I do, Colombia is a heaven. And if you are in Medellin, please go to Café Pergamino. It's one of my favorite spots anywhere in Latin America. There is also a very strong fitness culture. People work out, take care of themselves, and wellness service costs a fraction of what you will pay in Europe or the US. Is Colombia the safest country? No, of course not. But in the right neighborhoods of Medellin, Bogota, Cartagena, for example, you will actually feel safer than in many major US or European cities. So now let's talk about citizenship. Colombia has 2 paths to citizenship. The first is the traditional route and the exceptional route, which almost nobody is talking about. Here's the difference. The traditional naturalization, you will need 5 continuous years of residency, clean criminal record, basic Spanish, some cultural knowledge, and you apply under the classic rules of the Law 43. This is the standard path, the one designed for everyone. The second is the Exceptional Naturalization Route. So now, Colombia also has something very unique, but we need to explain it carefully. In 2023, Colombia passed Law 2332, and in August 2025, the government issued a resolution 9418 of 2025. Together, they create a fully regulated framework for exceptional naturalization, using a mechanism called partial exception of requirements. What does that mean? It means that for certain high-value profiles, investors, entrepreneurs, and people who contributed economically or professionally, the government has the legal power to relax some of the traditional requirements when the applicant is considered to be in Colombian national interest. This is not a CBI program, it's not commercial, and it is definitely not for everyone. It's a real legal process, case by case, discretionary, and based entirely on merit and contribution. So, how the exceptional route works? First, you do everything by the book. Residency through investment, company registry, foreign capital formally recorded, clean record, cedula, proper documentation. Then, if your profile qualify, we build a full legal dossier including your professional background, your investment and contribution, your financial profile, and a legal argument under the law and the resolution that I mentioned before, showing why your naturalization benefits Colombia. The final decision is always made by the government. There is no guarantees, but there is a legal path, one that almost nobody outside Colombia understands correctly. So why Colombia over a Caribbean passport? Because while Caribbean passports are facing more restrictions, more pressure, and more reputational issues, Colombia gives you a real residency, strong mobility, access to Spain, a vibrant lifestyle, and a legally regulated exceptional route that give you serious applicants a real long-term strategy. So if you want to explore residency or citizenship in Colombia, whether through the traditional path or if you qualify the exceptional legal pathway, at Creimerman we can guide you through the entire process from the investment structure to the legal preparation of your file. There is not about buying a passport, it's about building a second nationality with substance, based on law, strategy, and a life you can actually live. My name is Creimerman, and thank you so much for watching the video, and see you in the next one.